From Mola Appa stomach coming inside from Taehyung see Mola backpacked it. Then he looked at her. Mola looked down and got scared. Even thinking about his reaction. Maybe he scolded her for this stupidity. She thought so. She knew that she was doing stupidity. Her mind moved her practically. Looking at her, Taehyung took out his phone from his pocket and dialed some number. Taehyung saw her report with a serious expression. Mola looked at Taehyung in shock, who was already giving her a sharp glare while you wasn't surprised. Taehyung speaking. Yeah, good evening. Could you please tell me about any booking on King Mola's name? Taehyung waited for the other side to respond a couple of minutes as he was checking data. Taehyung, okay, please cancel the ticket. She is not going anywhere. Yes, it is confirmed. Cancel it instant on. Mola was too shocked. Mola, Appa, she didn't know what to say, but she thought to ask him, Taehyung, you may be mature enough to take your life decision, but consider your elder. Sometimes it's not worthless, Mola. No one is going anywhere. Unpack your luggage, and you already heard the ticket has been cancelled. Straightly, Mola, but got nervous. Taehyung, you had taken care of mom and dad, and I wasn't here, and now I am here. That you want to live, you want them to choose between me and you. Always and things to continue like this in serious turn. Mola shook her head negatively, looking down. Mola, no, I don't want that, but if I won't live, then you will go, leaving mom and dad again, Nikili. Taehyung looked at her as if she lost her mind. From where does she get this stupid thing in her mind? You, Taehyung, we are going to London. When have you decided? Asked you. Was also confused. Sharing Mold repeated the same thing again and again. Taehyung, when I said no one is leaving, I mean no one. The phone call she is talking about must be about London project. I already sent my PA to London for that deal, and I am taking care of that from here. Not handling the project doesn't mean that I should be present there clearing the doubts. At that moment, Mola mentally slapped herself for thinking entirely opposite. You not getting what must have happened. Mola, I'm sorry, Appa, I thought but couldn't complete Taehyung sign. You don't need to live anywhere. Once I did mistake by leaving mom, dad, you shouldn't repeat the same mistake. Mola looked at him and noticed she was happy and rebel still. She asked him, being not sure, Mola, you really won't live, right? You found it cute. This brother and sister have many differences, but this care and love not hidden. Taehyung never, Mola. Thank you, Appa, with small smile. Taehyung didn't say anything. He just nodded. He was about to turn around as something crossed his mind, and he said, Taehyung, although it wasn't needed, but thank you for telling everything to you. Mola nodded. It was equally revealed for her that she is not holding that inside her anymore. You smiled a bit. Then he walked with you to go out of the room, but he stopped near the door and turned around, confusing you. Young Mola, you don't need to leave because of anything, and that means for any reason about staying some time away from this place and being in peace for some time. Then just remember, running away never solve any problem. It is better to face it. Mola, in understanding tone, Mola looked at him and nodded. It feels like ages when she heard him saying something to her in such tone and making her understand something. A couple of days later at the park, it was once again a pleasant evening. Mola was sitting on bench of the park. She was staring at the blank space, lost in her thoughts about him. It has been 5 days since she talked to him, since she saw him last time, since she heard him, since his conviction, but she was still fresh in her mind. Called her lot of time, tried to talk to her, but she was again back to the ignorance mode, making her mind that she is not the one for him. He deserved better. All this, her eyes filled, and she blinked several times. She wiped her tears from corner of her eyes when she felt her heart skip. It's very easier. She could feel him in the silence of evening, where merely a couple of people present that too far from her. She could hear the steps approaching her without thinking anything. She stood up and was ready to leave from there when she was stopped by someone holding her, and she didn't need to look behind who the person was. Because she knew him well, with his right tongue she was pulled towards him and she was fallen in his arms facing him. I mean, don't you dare to walk away from me, Mola. Just don't, in dead serious tone. Mola struggled with his tone but didn't look at him. Jimin, look at me, in authoritative voice. Mola didn't look at him. She was looking down. Jimin, Mola, when I am talking, I want you to look at me, damn it, in anger. He looked too frustrated and in anger, which was so unlike him, but only she holds such power on him. Mola, leave me, Jimin. I need to go slowly. Jimin, leave you and you need to go. Where were you leaving? What were you thinking of it? Mola looked at him, being shocked. Did he come to know? But how, Jimin? Yes, I came to know, and I wouldn't have any idea if Taehyung wouldn't have been casually discussing this with Jungkook, and if I wasn't present there. Mola blinked and looked away from them. Jimin cared to explain what was going in your mind. Mola, why you are ignoring my calls? You were ignoring it again, but I thought you needed some time, so I was giving you space, thinking I just confessed my feeling. All of a sudden, you need time to understand, but I didn't have any idea that you were thinking so well. Haven't you thought about me? What would have I done without you? I love you, damn it. Is it too hard to understand this simple thing? And I know you love me too, then why? Mola felt herself getting weak listening to him, but she thought to be strong. It is her chance to let him know she doesn't deserve him. Trying to maintain hard expression on her face, she said, Mola, did I say that I love you, in flat tone, as if accusing him? Jimin looked at her, being confused. Mola, tell me, did I ever say that I am in love with you? Did I ask you to fall for me? No, I didn't. It was you who came to me. I didn't go to you. And again, it was you who assumed everything by yourself. You assumed that I love you, but the reality is totally opposite. I don't love you, Park Jimin in hard tone, although it was praising her heart. Jimin, who heard this, was having enough of it. He was pissed off with her lies and fake faith she was trying to maintain. He pulled her closer to him, holding her hand at her back in his tight grip, and without another hand, he held her face, pulling her closer to himself, such that their faces were just a couple of inches away from each other. Jimin, just say one more lie and you are gonna face the worst of me, trying to control his anger. Mola, this is the only truth, Jimin. You didn't affect me, and I don't was saying when he put finger on her lips. Jimin, don't you just say that if this would have been true, then I would have never confessed my love to you. I would have never roamed around you like a mad person just to have one glimpse of you, just to hear your voice, just to see you one smile. Mola, you don't know anything about me. I don't love you and I can never love anyone. You know why? Because I already loved someone except him. I have no feelings for anyone. Lied to him, hurt him. She decided to try everything to push him away. If that will work, hearing this, Jimin looked into her eyes for a few seconds intensely, then said, Jimin, Frank, that who is thankfully no more in this world for his betterment only because he might have been dead with my bare hands if he had been alive casually. Jimin, any more tries, Miss Mola? Because I know very well you hate him. I didn't miss the glimpse of love your eyes just shone with the mention of his name. Your eyes softened at me and in turns into fairy suddenly with his name and you love him, trapped her in her own words. Mola, it is nothing like that. Yes, he had done wrong. Maybe I was just a pawn for him, but that doesn't mean I have moved and I don't love you, Jimin. Stammered looking away. Jimin tried to calm himself even though this girl was only irritating him with her stubbornness. Jimin, why are you doing this to us straight? Mola, there is nothing call us between me and you, Jimin. I never was. It will be better if you accept it. Trying to hold her emotion. Jimin, to accept what you lies. Mola didn't answer. She tried to free herself from his grip. Jimin, answer me, Mola, because I am having enough of it. Enough of your ignorance and enough of your love. Enough of your stubbornness. Not losing his grip on her. Mola closed her eyes. She took a deep breath and then opened her eyes, lifting her eyelashes slowly. She looked at him calmly. Mola, what do you know about me, Jimin? You know nothing. You don't know anything. Just because you know about Frank, you think you know everything. No, Jimin, that's not all. If you will know, you will hate this girl whom you say you have fallen in love with. I don't deserve you, Jimin. It will be better if you stay away from me. I don't want to destroy your life too. I am not perfect for you. Please don't spoil your life. You are perfect. Why, Jimin? And you will get a nice girl who deserves you. Please go away from me. In defeated tone, trying to make him understand. Her eyes were red and teary and just a blink, and it will slide down from her eye. Jimin, I didn't ask your opinion on whom should I fall for. I didn't ask you whom should I marry. Don't bring deserving and non-deserving things in between us. I know what I want in my life and it is only you. I love you, Mola, and that's all I know about my heart, calmly raising her face. Mola, why don't you understand, Jimin? Squeezing her eyes, shutting, letting this dear foot slide down from her eye. Jimin, Mola, I just want to know why are you doing this to us? Even though you deny a lot, your eyes are betraying you and saying how much you love me, then why you are choosing to give yourself pain to hurt both of us? Once again, he was breaking her shell. Once again, she was losing interest in him. Once again, her heart was overpowering her mind. Mola jerked his hold and tried to leave it again, but he held her and pinned her to the tree, leaning towards her. He put his forehead against her. Their eyes were closed. Jimin, please tell me, Mola. I can't live like this. It makes me restless and without any peace. Whispered Mola, shook her head. Mola, it is all wrong. I should have maintained distance from you, Jimin. I shouldn't have come so close to you. I just don't want to hurt one more person. Please, Jimin. Just go away from my life. I am not meant to love slowly with tears. Jimin, I told you that day also that I will live with pain also if you are with me. Mola, you want me to answer your questions, right? Then just answer few things. Jimin looked at Jimin. Jimin was confused, but he nodded. Mola, you are best friend of Appa, right? Jimin nodded. Jimin, yes, he is more like brother to me, answered truthfully. Mola, do you want to lose his friendship because of me with tears? Jimin, what? Why would he do that? Not understanding her point. Mola, because he hate me. He doesn't like anything related to me. Before Jimin could say anything, Mola continued. Mola, you don't know anything about me, Jimin. I gave pain to my own brother. I snatched his happiness. I gave pain to my best friend. I gave pain even to my mom and dad. And I don't want you to be next person, Jimin. No matter how hard I try to come out of it, but shadows of past always on me. It doesn't leave me alone. You won't understand it, Jimin. You don't know in broken voice. Jimin, what if I know each and everything about you, Mola? Mola, teary eyes wide and suddenly hearing this, Mola, you know, stammered Jimin. Yes, I know everything happened in past. No, let it hurt. Mola, then why do you love me? You should hate me like everyone does with tears roll down our eyes. Jimin, no one hate you, Mola. This is the thing you should know. They are upset with you because of your mistakes, but that doesn't mean they hate you. It is quite a huge word, Mola. Being upset, sad, and having hate feeling both are quite different things. Wiping her tears. Mola, this doesn't change anything. I was wrong. Jimin, you answered it yourself. You said was. That means you were wrong at that time. That doesn't mean you will be wrong for entire life. Jimin, I know everything that happened also about that Frank, but I don't care about that. Also, I care is that I love you. I don't love the girl who did wrong with my best friend. I love the girl who think about other happiness. You have changed, Mola. You are not that selfish girl who had destroyed everything. You meant it. They are together and you are happy in their happiness. Jimin, all I know is that you love me. I don't care your past. It was just a phase that passed and we need to move ahead. I dreamed a beautiful future with you and I want to make it possible with you. I further raising her face, pushing her hair rings away from her face. Mola shook her head and whimpers. Mola Upper won't accept it, Jimin. I don't want to snatch another person from his life. You are his best friend. You held him when I was the reason of his misery. So I can't. After so many days, finally things are falling back to its place, Jimin. I can't spoil it once again due to my selfishness. No that I did negatively, Jimin. Just answer my one question, Mola. Do you trust me? Looking into her eyes. Mola, Jimin. I tried to say something, but he interrupted, Jimin. Yes or no, Mola. You trust me or not? Mola nodded. Mola, I do slowly, Jimin. That's enough for me. Just trust me. I will make everything fine. Mola, Jimin, you don't understand. I'm not good for you. My mind don't work straight. I have very short tempered and I'm still trying to change this habit. I am too unlucky when it comes to love. I am not made for that feeling. Sometimes it destroys me. Sometimes I destroyed myself. I don't want to miss was saying crying when suddenly her words cut in the middle as he placed his lips on her. All of a sudden, she felt all blank, interlocking their fingers at her back. He pulled her closer. His one hand rested at back of her head and deepened the kiss, blocking her sense. She wasn't responding. It was all new to her. Her heart was beating with uncontrollable speed. The body temperature was rising and she was shivering at the same time. Subconsciously, she placed her free hand on his chest, moving her hand up it and circled around his neck and her finger curled in his hair. She was inexperienced and it didn't take a minute for Jimin to know that he was her first kiss. Well, it was his first too, although it doesn't matter to him, but he didn't stop that sudden happy dance inside his brain. A few seconds after, she kissed him back, being lost in the moment. His face was hidden by her hair. After a couple of minutes, they broke the kiss, breathing heavily. He put his face against her, gasping for breath. Slowly opened his eyes. He looked at her. Her eyes were still closed, and she could attempt of beauty, tracing her hair away from her face that was somewhat messed up. Jimin, I don't need to know who are you, Mola. You are perfect for me the way you are. I know you are the girl who can handle me for whole my life. I know you mean the world for me. I love you, Kim Mola, and thanks for being the reason of this most beautiful and soothing feeling of my life. Next, her lips are. She heard a soothing voice that directly touched her heart. Unable to hold herself, she threw her arms around him and hugged him. Mola, I love you too, Jimin. I love you so much, confessed, freezing her eyes shut, and this was it for him that he wanted to hear, that she let out her feelings for him. He also hugged her back. Her breath was uneven. She clenched her hold on his shirt, hiding her face in his embrace. He kissed her head with a revealed smile on his face. Jimin, I can't live without you, Mola. Don't push me away from you. Mola, I am sorry. I love you, Jimin, in heavy voice but smiled a bit, snuggling into his arms. Her nostril hit his and she felt safe and protected in his embrace. After some time, Kim Mansion Garden Mola was in her room. Mr. and Mrs. Kim has gone to attend some relative's wedding and were going to live there tonight, but that doesn't mean there is no one except Taehyung and you and Mola. Jungkook and Han has came to meet them casually while Jimin, who was with Mola, is nearby park only, also came there, obviously not together. Everyone was sitting in the garden only and chit-chatting. Suddenly, the conversation moved towards Mola. Han, you is right, Taeyang. You can at least give her a chance. Jungkook told me a lot about your trio bond, but now it is not looking even connected. Jungkook looked away. It is true that he also had amazing and beautiful memories with Mola, but after what happened with Taeyang, he also distanced himself from her. Taeyang looked at him. You, Taeyang, if I can forgive her, then why can't you? We both suffered, but moving on, making the things easier. She is changed, Taeyang, and whatever happened, it was past. Taeyang, I know you, and I was saying when Jimin, who was hearing all this, interrupted. Jimin, I want to say something. I don't know how, but I think hiding this longer is not good. Thinking a bit, everyone looked at him. Jimin, take a breath and say, Jimin,